Faithful, faithful is your name. Thank God it's Wednesday, and today, the 11th of August, in the year of our Lord 2021. The Lord has been good unto us, and He deserves all our praise and adoration. Today is the Wednesday, and as you know already, Wednesday is that time with the market. Hey, I said time with the market. I don't know. I'm rushing for time with the counselor, but it is market, money market. Anytime you tune into Wednesday segment, it is money market. So you just come on board, and you know very well that we talk money, we think money, we actually advise you on how to invest and all. So just get on board. Rev Kow Komson is seated already. And you know how we do it already. We always take it to the next level. Rev, good morning. How's everything, Rev?
We are doing great.
We thank God. We thank God you are doing great. All right, Rev, what do you have for us today? I just want us to enjoy whatever you have for us today. I don't know if you would want to recap on what we discussed last.
So we've been talking about retirement.
Yeah.
Because everybody is how should I say it? We are all praying that God gives us not just a long life, but a long and productive life.
Yeah.
And so we are hoping that we'll grow old and still be healthy and strong till our Maker finally calls us home. But in the meantime, you need to also plan so that your last days on earth will be very comfortable.
Yeah.
Because at that point you wouldn't have the energy to be going around working as you are now as a young person. That's if I'm talking to young people right now. So it is very important that you make it intentional.
Okay.
And you deliberately put some things in place towards your old
retirement.
Age. Yes. So we are looking at how to actually plan. We started last week, but today we are going to practicalize it some more.
Okay.
So last week in general terms, we just looked at the importance of planning towards your retirement, blah blah blah. But today we'll look at specific things that you can do.
Okay.
To ensure that come 60, when you're 60 years or 65, whatever, or even if you want to retire before that, you will have a lot in store to enjoy life, so that your living standard wouldn't drop. Yeah, so that's what we are going to do this morning. So as I said, it is entirely certain that most of us will retire from active work one day.
Yeah.
Okay. And pension is part of life, whether you like it or not. Pension is part of life. Everyone will grow old one day. And so we have to really prepare for it willy-nilly. Now, because of what I just said, I believe that we shouldn't wait to plan or do some things when we are there, but we should start planning even when we are young.
Okay.
It's just like the ant in the book of Proverbs chapter 6. The reason why God instructed us to, through the writer of Proverbs, to go to the ant and study its ways and to be wise was because the way God created and programmed the ant doesn't waste certain seasons. When it's summertime and the sun is up and other animals and insects and people are having fun, the ant rather seizes that opportunity to store up a lot of supplies and food for itself, so that when the winter comes and the rainy season comes, it can have enough to live by in the meantime. Very good. So that's why there's a saying that make hay while the sun shines. So this is the time when you have the energy and you are still strong. That is the time to start planning and investing towards your retirement. Your retirement. Very good. So the earlier you start, the better.
Okay.
Very good. Now, never see it as far off. I know some people would always want to postpone it. Oh, 65, 60 years is far off. I'm still young. So there's still more time. Let me just blow whatever money or opportunities I have now. Tomorrow, some will even say tomorrow will take off of
Yeah.
itself. Some will even push it further and say, "Oh, God will take care of us." That's a very lazy way of planning towards your future. You understand? God is there for us. God loves us, but God blesses us according to the quality of the principles we build our lives on.
Okay.
Hope you understand. Very good. So never see your retirement as very far off. Okay, very good. So postponing it will be a very dangerous thing to do as a young man or woman, or even as a middle-aged person. Now, when you have specific and precise plans and budget for your retirement, it helps you a lot.
Okay.
Don't leave it very vague. Hey, so when I go on retirement, how much crown would I need? Oh, it doesn't matter. When I get there, I'll definitely do something. No, you must start putting pen to paper in very specific terms. You must have a budget. So when I'm 60, roughly how much how much will come in, how much will go out? You understand? Where would I want to live? How many cars would I want to drive? How much income basically would I be living on every month? So as you get closer, you must have a fair idea in specific what terms. So now, the first thing that I want to say before we go into the very 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 details is that you must know whether you need to save more now. Because you see, if I know that maybe by 60 I'll retire and I'll be with my wife, having that kind of mindset will, number one, help you to know how much to start saving now.
Okay.
So right now maybe you are being paid maybe like 3,000 Ghana cedi. So how much should I put away every month? Should I put like maybe 300 cedis, 400 cedis every month?
Maybe you let's say
depends on your
the
budget
least you can actually do is maybe 100 cedis.
100
Those 100
okay.
cedis in a year, it becomes about 1,200.
1,002. If it's in an investment account,
Yes.
maybe 10% or 8% per annum. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So if you start thinking about your retirement in very specific terms, these are the two things that will happen. Number one, it will help you to know how much to start saving, so that when you get there, you wouldn't struggle. You understand? Number two, it will also help you to get rid of certain unnecessary expenses.
Okay.
Because I know that right now I'm planning for my retirement in the next 20, maybe I'm 40 years. So in the next 20 years, I'll be retiring.
Yeah.
Once you have that mindset, you understand? Once you have that mindset, some unnecessary expenditures that you are doing now, you wouldn't do them anymore.
Sure.
You understand? Because now your mind is on the prize. You understand? Very good. So being conscious of your retirement now will help you to plug some loopholes and some leaks in your pocket.
Okay.
You understand? So there are some things you wouldn't really blow your money on anymore because you want to put that money into your old age.
Sure.
You understand? So please, let's start planning it now. To avoid suffering when you are on pension, try and establish multiple streams of income. You know, we've said it a lot of time on this platform. So try and then establish multiple streams of income now. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you don't know how long you would last. So it's important you prepare fully against it. Some are living up to 90. You know now people are living longer.
Yeah.
Especially in the advanced economies because they are wealthier, they can afford one. There is advancement in medical science and healthcare. People are getting richer so they can afford better medical care. And then some are living in cleaner environments and all that. So some are living really, really longer.
Yeah.
So we have people who are even crossing. I think in Japan, some societies are called the grey societies. A lot of them are grey haired because they have less youth but more old people, and they are living longer. And the unfortunate thing, they are also giving birth. You see, that's the problem of Europe and then some countries in Asia, Japan, like this, is very notorious for it. You have a lot of old people, but very few young people. You understand? So they are living young, they are living old and old and old. So if you don't put enough, and then God decides that I will take you until you're 100 years.
You stay for long.
That means a time will come, you would exhaust all your account.
Yeah.
And then right now you start begging people for what? For money. So
yeah.
save. So please, let's all save like we are going to live for 100 years. If we check out at 80, the rest our children can.
Someone would say, why should I save all these monies and when I leave, someone will come and enjoy?
Well, that someone can be a wife or a child, or a husband and a child. So it's not a big deal.
Well,
unless you are so selfish that you want to enjoy everything yourself. Because if you are leaving it for your children, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Okay.
Or you can even give it to your church or something. You should go into the kingdom work, and God will still bless you in eternity.
Okay.
So there are ways of using that money to bless the society. If you don't want to give it to
the family,
someone in quote. Okay. All right. So my advice is that in order to ensure a problem-free or a poverty-stricken retirement, these are some ideas that I want to throw out there. Number one, develop your hobbies and create a business around it. Many people in this part of the world just engage in hobbies for the fun part of it, instead of commercializing or monetizing it.
Okay.
You know, I think everybody has a hobby, or most people have hobbies. A hobby is something that you do for fun.
Yeah.
Even if you're not paid for it, you just like to do it. You understand? But the unfortunate thing is that many of the things that we call hobbies, we can actually commercialize it and make money out of it.
Okay.
So anyone who is planning to live long and you want a problem-free retirement, especially in the area of money, you have to look at your hobbies and you have to commercialize it.
Okay.
See how to monetize your hobbies, because it's something that you already love to do. So it's something that you don't even see it as work. If you build a business around your hobby, you wouldn't even see it at work because it's fun. Yeah. It's something that you love to do and you still be paid for it. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
So I would advise that. So example, if there are some people naturally they like children, they love children. Anything about children excites them. Some people too like to naturally teach people. So, my advice is that build a school. Maybe it could be a nursery or a school just to impart knowledge, because that's something that you love to do. So build a school so that in your old age, you are still doing what you love, helping people, but you still be paid for it. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is an example that I just cited. So you can start it before retirement.
Yeah.
Don't do it when you retire, so that by the time you are retired, it would have grown bigger a little. Okay, so that is one advice that I would want to. Some people can bake very well. If they bake a cake for you, you really like it. Some people can cook very well. Some can sew. Some can weave. Some are good with hair. The list is endless. Whatever you are very good at, you understand, commercialize it. If you can cook, establish an eatery and a restaurant and let people come and enjoy some of your meals. And in your retirement years, you'll be really happy you did, because it's that business will take care of you. Sure. I hope you understand. Some people too are very good with horticulture, flowers, and so naturally they like to do gardening. Maybe in their house, in their backyard, they always tend their grass and they mow the lawns, and then they always attend to their flowers and all that. If it's something that you really really love to do, then why don't you go into a horticulture business in the future? So sell flowers and all that, so that people would come and then buy it, and then you get some money into your pocket. So the first thing I want you to start thinking about towards your retirement is what? Is that monetize your hobbies and things that you like to do. If you have a very good sense of humor, don't waste it with your friends. Some of us, we are wasting our talent. When we gather, our friends just laugh for free. Meanwhile, there are some comedians,
Yeah.
stand-up comedians. Even if you don't want to stand on the platform, or just do some
Just do
videos.
some videos that people.
This
Yeah.
Nigerian girl, what's her name? The one with the there's this Nigerian girl, little girl. I think she's a bit grown now.
Emanuela.
Emanuela.
Oh,
You see
okay.
what?
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
and then what? Is it Archangel?
Yeah, Mackenzie.
And then they have a lot of followers,
Yes,
and they are
a
making it
lot.
big now.
Yeah.
They are traveling, giving.
I think recently she was
granting
being
it-
featured in Hollywood, one of the Hollywood movies.
You see, these things they open doors for you.
Yeah.
You see, it start as comedy.
Yeah.
Later, you start playing star roles in movies, and
Yeah.
then on and on and on and on and on. You understand? So don't waste
Even with
your hobby.
those comedians, I chanced on one interview that they were having, and they were like their least charge is 5,000 Ghana cedis. That is their least charge, and that one it even depends on the kind of company or the kind of program you are going in for. So you can just imagine.
There's an American stand-up comedian, some black guy be. There are times he's paid $10 million in the contract to give comedy and do some things for some companies and some people for a period of time.
Yeah.
So that is how much you can be blessed if you pursue your talent very well. I mean, Kevin Hart and all those people, they are making it big now. Okay, Haddish, Tiffany Haddish and all that, they are really making it big now. So we can really focus on that one. Number 2, another thing that we can look at is Trevor Noah. You know him. All those people are comedians, and they are really, really making it big. So number 2, you can also run a consultancy, because at retirement you are probably very experienced, and you are fairly knowledgeable in a certain area of life. So advising people will be a step in the right direction.
Okay.
And I hope you agree with me. By 60, if you were very diligent as a young man, young woman growing up, by 60, you should have a lot of expertise in a certain area. And you can build a consultancy to give advice and sell advice to the up and coming people also who wants to venture in that particular sphere of endeavor. So maybe you may have worked extensively as a civil engineer or as a businessman or woman. So being a consultant to give advice in that area will really, really, really will serve you well. Okay. So don't waste the wisdom, don't waste the experience. So start documenting all the knowledge that you've accumulated in life and in your profession and whatever, and in the future build a consultancy and then sell your advice. Okay. Worrying is using your mind to magnify your problems.
Okay.
But thinking is using your mind to solve problems. So use your mind to solve problems for people, and you'll be fine. Okay. Number 3, another thing that you can do is the banks. The banks have nice packages for those who want to invest and grow their money in the long term or in the long haul. So make time and then go talk to them. Okay, it is important you start before retirement, so that we always say here that if you are investment minded, time is your best friend. Because the earlier you start investing, the better it will be for you, because you have a long time to have your money grow for you. So this is the time to start considering some investment packages towards your retirement. And I think the banks can also offer you nice packages in this regard. Then aside the banks, you can also look at the insurance companies. They also have different financial packages to support the ones that the bank and the government will provide will provide you.
Okay.
So when you go to insurance companies, I think they have how do you call it? Policies, right?
Yeah. Then.
They have
Yeah.
policies for in the area of education. So they have educational fund just in case something happens to you, and you want your children
Continue schooling.
to continue schooling,
Yeah.
or maybe you want to go back to school one day. Maybe in your old age, you feel that in order to fight boredom, you want to just go back to school and then maybe learn something just to indulge yourself. You can start saving towards that one as well. They even have packages where, in God forbid, but in the case of an accident,
Yeah.
and then you are paralyzed or something, or you are just incapacitated, there are packages that can help you go by. So please look at insurance companies as well. But let me give a warning or a caution here. The insurance company packages should be used as a support and as a backup.
Yeah.
Don't only rely on the insurance company's packages alone. So number one, focus on the one that the government is giving, the SNIT.
Yeah.
Then have a few in the banks. Then top it up.
With the insurance.
Exactly. So that your retirement will be heaven for you. As an old man, as an old woman, you don't have any financial need.
Yeah.
Because the insurance companies are taking care of you. The banks are also giving you interest or dividends every month. And the government, the SNIT, is also taking care of you as well.
Yeah.
And then, if, as I said, if you have a consultancy, a consultancy is more like a business, right? And you have other sources of income, you'll be fine. Even to be in the position to fulfill scripture. Why am I saying to fulfill scripture? Because Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Yeah.
The fact that you are retired doesn't mean you should be broke. If you had established a lot of sources of income in your youthful days, in your retirement you should have rather be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, still taking care of your children, still pushing them ahead in life.
Yeah.
You understand? But we are rather taking some from them. Up and coming young people who are now trying to find their feet in life. You've now become a financial burden on them. Calling them every day. Outside the monthly monies that they give you, you also fall sick once in a while. And then, Charlie, we have to mobilize money and take care of you. And then today this is this, today this is that. And they always have to sort you out. It's good to take care of your parents, because Bible says that we should honor our I know it's the only commandment with a promise. We know all that. But honoring our fathers or our mothers is not only about giving them money. There are other ways of honoring them as well. Very good. So don't become a financial burden on them. They can be a backup plan. If they give you, fine. If they don't give you, let them move on with their lives, because you can't force them. You understand? So take charge of your future. Don't design a future where you'll be beggarly. You'll be begging people every day. You understand? So plan something very nice today. So build a consultancy and then sell the wisdom that you have accumulated over the years. Go to the banks and let them give you very nice packages. And then of course, I think you should also sign up with SNET, and then also visit the insurance companies. They have a very nice policies that you can also subscribe to. Then also some companies have what we call provident funds. Provident funds. Okay, so the companies gives you some money and you also top it up every month. So the money works for you, and it's your money. So some companies have it, and there are times the money in it is really huge. So you can even use it to start a business one day and all that. So take advantage of the provident funds given by your company. Okay, that one can also really help. So my advice is that if you are working in a company and organization, ask the management or your HR if there is a fund like that. If they don't have it, and push for them to start something like that, but it will really help you in the future. Then another thing that will help you is that if you are living in a company house, some companies give houses to their workers. It's all part of the incentives and all that. Or maybe you are living in a government bungalow. Okay, as a high government official, try to save the monies you would have used for renting a house. Because if you are not given the house, you'd have rented. Very good. So the money you would have used to rent that house, use it to what? Use it to start building your own house one day. Because one day when you retire, you leave the place, right? So even as you enjoy the government bungalow or you enjoy the company housing scheme, save some money and start building for yourself. If you're able to do it faster, you can give it even out for rent.
So you can enjoy.
So that money can be a stream of income for you. So that means you are in real estate now. I hope you understand. That's if you are financially smart and savvy. But if you think you're not up for that, fine. But still build your own house with that money, so that when you're moving finally from the company house, you can now move into your house. As an old man, you can't go and stay in a rented apartment. Some landlords can really give you hell. You understand? So from there you move into your house, and then you drive your own you drive your own car as well. Please don't keep on postponing, because if you keep on postponing it, you waste the money. Oh, but I have a 4-bedroom house. This is a government bungalow, or this is a company. Oh, there's still more time. There's no more time. Start building now. I hope you understand. Because every day in and out, the prices of items are even going up. So if you keep on postponing it, you are rather doing yourself a lot of harm. You understand? So every time is the right time. Every time is the right time. The traffic lights, you will never find all the 3 going green. You understand? So if you are waiting for all the lights to turn green, you waste a lot of time. So every time is the right time. So start building your own house, and then start preparing to buy your own car, so that in the future you wouldn't be living in a rented apartment or what have you. Very good. And number 7, another practical thing that we can do is that nurture and develop relationships with your God, so vertical, with your family, and also try and have some trusted friends that you can rely on in your old age. Because you see, all the things you said about is money. Fine. So as an old man, as an old woman, maybe 60, 65 years, the money is there. Senate is paying you. You have businesses that are paying you. Other avenues of money, all giving you money. But if you don't have people around you, you still wouldn't enjoy your last days. You understand? Because as an old man or woman, you need people who can come around. You talk, you visit them, you chat. You need good relationships. And number 1, some of the relationship that will serve you well is the relationship with your God. Because let's be honest, you at that age, you are getting ready to die. You'll be dying sooner or later. And the quality of your relationship with him here will determine
where you're going.
Exactly. You understand? So you have to develop that relationship very well, so that you be at peace with heaven and with God. Number 2, you must also develop your relationship with your family members. Some people, right now that we are young, we focus just on building a financial empire. We don't even have time for our wives. We don't even have time for our children. We don't know anything about them, because we have to go to work early and come in late. Why? Because we want money to save towards retirement. So you grow old as an old man with all the beard and then the white gray hair, and then your children are not coming around you. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, none of them have even called. Why? It's not that they are being wicked, but there was no relationship at the beginning. So it's very hard to start it now. If you start it now with them, it will be very easy for them to come and visit you with their spouses and with their children. But if they didn't have that relationship with you earlier on, it will be very difficult to now start it. You understand? Even when they come around, you see that you guys will be a bit tensed. There'll be this awkward tension and silence once in a while because that rapport is not it's not there. So don't create a financial empire at the expense of your family, because when you grow old, you will need them. At times you need your children to just come around you, you need your grandchildren to just come around you, and all that. And when they're celebrating maybe your 70th birthday or so, you need family to celebrate. If they are not there, how is it going to be a memorable occasion? You can't talk to the money alone, you understand? So relationship, as you are planning towards your retirement, please, any relationship that is broken and ruptured, please, this is the time to fix it. There are some people, they don't even work on their marriage, so their wife even leaves them along the way. So they retire, they are old and they are alone. They are alone, and the wife went away with the children, so they are just alone. You understand? And as an old man, are you now going to marry or start giving birth and have pension babies? You understand? So you have to work on what? On your relationship. So if you don't flow with your family members now, work on it. Work at it now. Get close to your children. Have that rapport with them. Have a very nice relationship with your spouse, with your husband, with your wife. Because at retirement, all your children will leave the nest. You'll be left there alone. You understand? And how you built your relationship in the beginning would determine how you enjoy each other's company as old people. And then aside family, to have some friends as well, a few. I don't believe you need everybody. You need just a few people who mean a lot to you. In the Bible, Gideon was leading the army of Israel to war, and he had over 30,000 or so, a big army to go and fight the enemies. I think the Midianites or so. And God said that no, there are too many. So God took them through a process and then had him slash the number. I think he just went to war with like just 300 soldiers, but they still won the battle. So you don't need everybody. You need just the right people. So you can do more with I hope you understand. Very good. So build friendship with people that you can trust and rely on, because when you retire, you can have some free time. You have a lot more free time on your hands. So that is a time where those relationships can come in, and then you'll be able to enjoy your retirement very, very well. I hope you understand. Very good. So as you can see, planning for retirement isn't only about how much money to have in your investment account. You should also cut across and take into consideration your spiritual needs. That's why I said develop your relationship with your God. Some of you don't even go to church because you are busy making money. Some of you cry, you are not making money on Sundays, but you still will not go to church. Beloved, the Bible says that offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, not as a dead sacrifice. Don't wait when you are old and your body is almost dead and you are weak. That is when you want to sacrifice your body to God. You want to now serve. God doesn't want junk. Bible says what? As a living sacrifice. This is the time. Even the wisest man, whoever lived before Jesus, Solomon, he said, remember your Creator in the days of your youth. So please, this is the time for you to develop your relationship with your God, so that when you are retired, you will still enjoy the benefits of it. You understand? So planning for your retirement isn't only about finance. It is also about even your spiritual well-being, your spiritual health, your spiritual needs. Okay? Because as I said, very soon you'll be meeting your maker, and so you have to really have a very strong relationship with him. Then social. So number one, focus on your spiritual needs as a person. Number two, focus on what? On your social needs as well. That's why I spoke about family and what? And friends. Very good. You really, really need family and friends around you to talk to, visit you, and all that. Then you must also focus on your physical need. Beloved, don't just be eating junk every day. Eat the right food, exercise also, so that you can stay healthy. Do you know that you don't necessarily have to be sick just because you are on retirement? Retirement doesn't mean you are dying. You can still live a very healthy life for a long time before you are actually, you don't even have to die sick.
Yeah.
You understand? You can still die a healthy person.
Yeah.
So maybe at the age of 90, you just go to bed and then you are gone. That is fine. You don't have to be very sick because you are old. Old age, fine. At times it means that your organs are becoming weaker, but it doesn't mean you have to be very sickly and always being in and out of hospitals. You understand?
Yeah.
So please, this is the time for you to determine how healthy and fit you want to be. So this is the time to watch the things that you eat. Some of you are smoking, some of you are drinking. In your old age, your liver and your kidneys will be very, very weak. This is the time to be exercising. This is the time to be cutting down on the drinking and then even stopping it entirely. And then doing things that will make you a very strong person when you are old. So retirement is not just about stashing money in a certain account. No, it's not just about finance. Money is good. It takes care of a lot of things. But number two, prepare spiritually.
Okay.
Start going to join a Bible believing church. Join a vibrant church. There's a saying that a church that is alive is worth the drive. You understand? Any church that is alive is worth the drive. It doesn't matter where your house is or how far it is for you. It is worth the drive because the church is alive and it will do a lot of good. So don't give excuses. Join an organization, join a department. Whatever divine endowments God gave you, use it to serve the Lord as well. If you are good with IT, join the audiovisual or the multimedia department in your church. If you are very creative and artistic, you can join the creative arts or you can join the music ministry. You understand? If you're a very nice person and you have a very nice persona, you can join the ushers or the protocol or something. There is always something you can do. If you are very good with money or something, then join the accounts team or something. So there is something you can do in the house of the Lord. Don't wait when you are very old and God doesn't really need you anymore. That is when you are trying to get close. What benefits would you be to Him? You have used your youthful days and your energy to serve the devil, clubbing and then doing unnecessary things, screwing around and chasing women and then wasting your time. And now that you are old and you are dying, you want to now serve God. How much benefit will God have from you? I hope you understand.
Yeah.
So for me, I believe that life is a preparation for eternity. This thing that we call life, that 70, 80 years that that thing that we call life is just a preparation for eternity. You are going somewhere, whether you believe it or not. We are going somewhere. So this is the time. Focus on having a good financial future, but also focus on your spirituality as well and develop your relationship with your God. And also be a family person. Develop family relationships, okay, so that when you retire, you wouldn't regret it. Then also, as I said, socially as well, have friends, okay, few, but people who know they have your back, people you trust, and people they will be with you no matter what. You understand? So that's another thing. And then physically, as we said, take care of the body. The fact that you are old doesn't mean you should be what? You should be sick and all that. And this is the time for you to start exercising regularly and start eating well and all that. Okay, very good. Now, whatever businesses you would want to run before or after retirement should be planned now, because you will need to master the needed skills.
Okay.
If you start early, you become more skillful with time.
Yeah.
So maybe if you are now 35 or 40, this is the time to start so that you can make all the mistakes early. If you don't start now and then you start very late and you start committing mistakes, it will be very costly and very deadly. So you have to start. That is why I'm saying that start it now. Put the blueprint on paper. So if you have a clear idea of what kind of businesses or ventures you want to enter into, this is the time to start something, so that what you can now start making all the mistakes now, so that by the time you are on retirement, you would have mastered all the things in that industry. I hope you get me. So please start reading books in line with the area that you want to invest in, okay, and all that. And then I think that ideally by 40 years or by 45 years, you should have gained a lot of financial wisdom. At least by 40 years or 45, you should have gained a lot of financial wisdom through maybe conferences or seminars or books or whatever
Yeah.
to start something on your own. And then I also want to advise that as a young man or woman or middle age, please start start create a college educational fund for your children, so that when you're retired and some of your children are still in school, you didn't take your retirement money to take care of them. So create a college fund for your children now, so that you can start saving towards it. And it's an investment fund, so the money will be growing, so that when they enter into uni, the monies set aside for them can take care of them, so that nobody will come and worry you with your what with your retirement with your retirement money. Okay. And then also try and track your income and expenses.
Okay.
For now, track your income and your expenses. It will help you, because if you track it very well, it will help you to know the areas where you are wasting money, so that you can
Cut it.
cut all those areas off and then save them towards your starting a business for your retirement or something. Okay. And if you get opportunities to buy lands, do. One thing about land is that land always appreciates. So if you buy it now, and imagine when you are like 60 years, maybe you have now 40, you buy a land or lands. By the age of 60, if you decide to sell some of them off, you make a lot of capital gains from it. So if you have the opportunity to, don't say that, oh no, that it's too remote. Look, every village will become a town one day. Every town will one day become a city. People got opportunity to buy lands in East Legon and all that in those days, and because it was all bush, they didn't take the opportunity, and today they are regretting. So when you get opportunity to buy a land, please do. If you get opportunity to buy a house, please do. If you don't like the design, pull it down and build a new one. Or so this is the time for you to be acquiring assets into your investment portfolio. I hope you understand. So you can sell them later on, or you can if you have a piece of land, you can use it for, you can build maybe a hostel or a rental facility. There's so many there are so many things you can do with things like that, so that what you can have what you call passive income. You can enjoy passive income as an old man or as an old woman. And another advice is that when your children leave home, when they leave the nest, so maybe you had a 5-bedroom house or a 6-bedroom house. When your children are done with college, and then by God's grace they are all working, and then they leave home, maybe they are married, they leave or whatever, the house will become, most of the time the house becomes too big for you and your wife. And you see, a house is not an asset, it's a liability. Anything that takes money out of your pocket is a liability. So as an old man, you don't want to be spending your pension money on electricity for a 6-bedroom, 7-bedroom house with garden, lights in the garden and everywhere, a security man garden your mansion for you. You understand? You don't want to spend money paying water bill for a 7-bedroom house when you and your wife are living in there alone. You understand? So it becomes a very expensive venture. So my advice is that, a lot of times we don't want to let go. So even though we know that we can't maintain the house anymore, we don't want to sell it off, because it has a lot of sentimental value. We are emotionally attached to it, because that was your dream house. But the wise thing that a lot of retirees do is that when the children leave the house, they sell that big house, that 7 bedroom, 8 bedroom house, they sell it off, they get a lot of money, and they buy a smaller house, maybe like a 3 bedroom house, and they save the rest of the money and invest the money, use the money for something. You understand? So that all throughout the remaining years, that money can take care of you. But what is the use of staying in a 7, 8 bedroom house when you are hungry? What is the wisdom in it? Yes, I know you are emotionally attached to the house, but right now, how is that house helping you out now? So there are times when you have to just sell off the house, make a lot of money, move into a comparatively nice house, but maybe one of a smaller scale, and then so that you can enjoy the money that you made, and then have a poverty-free retirement. So these are some of the things that you can do in your retirement or towards your retirement, so that you wouldn't have to have all the problems that some people do when they go on pension. Some people die as soon as they go on pension because their living standards
Drops.
it drops.
Yeah.
It drops.
And
Okay.
it keeps them thinking.
Exactly, and they start getting worried, and there's nobody around to even call or help you out because you didn't really nurture relationships early in life. You understand? And my last advice is that if you happen to have your own company, so maybe you are the founder or something.
Yeah.
Once you go on retirement one day, at a point in time, you have to have a succession plan. So try grooming
Someone to take
exactly.
over.
So that's how the big companies do it. So try then groom somebody, have a succession program and plan, and then groom somebody to take over as the CEO, so that you can come in as a chairman once in a while, and then make some few decisions based on direction and strategy and whatever, and then get your allowance and then go and rest. You understand? So basically, these are some things that we can do. Beloved, don't say that God will take care of you. If you want a harvest,
Some
you
are
must
abusing
plant
scripture.
a seed.
Some they are just abusing scripture.
Look, if you want a harvest, you must plant a seed. Any farmer who wants to harvest a field full of maybe corn or millet or what, or yam, first of all must plant the seeds of corn, yam, or millet. No farmer goes to the field and says that, oh, in the next 5 months I want to harvest yam, so I put my hand on the field and I declare through prayer that in the next 5 months
Then it is coming.
the millet is coming, and then 5 months time the millet will grow. You have to consciously drop seeds based on the expected harvest you want. So don't just be lazy and spiritualize everything and say that, oh, I'm a child of God, so when I retire, God will take care of me. It doesn't work that way. God will take care of you based on the principles you built your life on. So this is the time that is why God says that go and study the ants and be wise. He has already told you in his word. So when you break it, you're on your own. You understand? So whilst you are young, this is the time to be working towards it, and then what? Planning towards it. So design your tomorrow today, so that it will not take you by what? By surprise.
Design your tomorrow today so it doesn't take you by surprise. There's a very serious quote. You would have to just hold it and get to know that your life is actually transforming. Today, we actually made reference. You can retire based on assets, and you can retire based on money. So you should get it well. Whatever we are trying to say over here is that when you are retiring, you need to retire whilst you can actually take care of yourself when it comes to money issues, not with the assets only. So learn and get to change your life. I mean, do not follow what your parents did. Change it and let your children also learn from whatever you have done. Maybe from where you be leaving it, your kids will also be taking it up to a different standard, and your generations are going to be blessed. It is not about you doing a whole lot of stuff and all. Just learn something new. God bless you, Rev, for coming over. We are most grateful for having you anytime. You just come in, you take the bar to the next level. I mean, I'm actually thinking a lot of things goes through my mind, looking at the educational fund you just made reference to. I mean, some few years to come, definitely my kids will be going to school and all. So if I should start now, it is going to help me. Looking at some of the insurance packages and all you just made reference to, it's a very nice and laudable idea that is challenging me personally, and I don't know the person out there that is being challenged, but definitely someone is also being challenged, and we'll have to just act on it, and everything will just go well for us. Thank you very much, Rev, for coming over. Right after this show, Kopsin Max will be taking over, and from 12 to 11:30 to 12:30, from 12:30